What's up, everyone? My name is Andrew. I'm an independent videographer and owner of AAO Media, your favorite video production company in sports and more. Welcome to the third episode of AAO Presents Behind the Lens, where I interview a guest each week about their past, present, and future endeavors. On that note, it's time to introduce my guest today. He's our third straight MMA fighter on the pod. He has an amateur record of 6-2 with 5 of his wins coming in devastating KO fashion. He holds amateur heavyweight championships for both Capital City Cage Fighting and CLIP MMA. He is fighting out of Coon MMA and Murcielago Mma. He is making his pro debut on November 16th in Cadillac, Michigan for two-piece promotions against Jonathan Martin. He is Lucas Jackson Armand.
What up?
How's it going, man? First off, I want to say happy birthday, belated birthday. I see you just had one.
I did. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no problem. How's the camp been going?
It's been smooth, man. It's been real smooth. It's been a real smooth camp.
And have you been doing anything really differently heading into your pro debut compared to your amateur fights?
Not really, man. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? I work pretty dang hard for every fight. I treat every fight as if it's a pro fight, even in my amateur career. So just gonna keep doing what I've been doing.
Absolutely. So what do you know about Jonathan Martin? I remember seeing him fight Brett Martin at Lights Out, but that's all I really know of him. Looks like he hasn't really been very active other than that.
No, so Jonathan, he has official record of 1-1. But he should have a record of 3-1. He has two fights that he has as no contest because he failed for smoking weed. So I know that about him. I've watched some tape on him, and he's good. I think it's gonna be a good fight. This will be his fifth professional fight. This will be my first. So I think with that experience, like he deserves my respect for sure. But if he thinks he's better than me, then he's gonna have to show me that. So
yeah, for sure, man. You've been really on a roll for sure.
thank you.
My first time seeing you was up at Big John's, where you captured a first round victory. Then you went to win back-to-back, both for Cap City and Clip, getting those heavyweight championships. Can you tell me a little bit about the experience and what it's been like since you started fighting and how you found such great success in a couple really very active years?
Yeah. So I first started training at Chad's. I was living in Big Rapids, which is my hometown. And I first found him just because like I gotten real unhealthy and I was trying to find like really kind of more of like a hobby, honestly. And I boxed a little bit back in high school. And so I was like, you know what, let me try and find like something close to that because there weren't any boxing gyms around me, but there was Chad's. And I was working nights at a factory at the time, and I went in there on one of my days off, and I was still smoking like a pack of cigarettes a day. Like I was not a healthy person, you know. And I went in there, and I got it was a rolling day. It was a jujitsu day, and oh, sorry. And I remember I got just twisted up like a pretzel by guys that were like $150. Like I did not do well my first day, like at all. But I think that like that made me fall in love with it more. I was like, oh, like you thought you were like big and bad, like not even close, dude. So I don't know, just kind of fell in love with it then. I started dedicating more and more of my time to it, and then getting better and better, and then eventually, I kind of just had to like had this talk to myself that like if you're gonna do this, might as well like fully invest yourself in it, because I feel like throughout my life. Like I was an athlete in high school and stuff, but I slacked off in high school. Like I'm sure a lot of people did, you know. And I never like felt like I ever fully invested myself into anything. And especially like you just said, I just had a birthday. I just turned 29. Like if I'm ever gonna find out like how far I can take myself, like there's a biological clock on that too. So this is that do or die time for me.
For sure, man. Maybe you are Lucas do or die, Armand, after all. So, on that note, you said it kind of just came upon you fighting, and so let's flip the switch and talk hobbies for a second. Myself, I like to skateboard, play sports with my kids. I'll play video games, Fortnite or Madden here and there. What does Lucas Armand like to do for fun?
Shoot, man. I got into longboarding a little bit before I got into fighting. That was kind of cool.
Very nice.
Um, because like that was another thing. Like honestly, before I found fighting, I was a bit like what I did for fun was just drinking. I was I was a big drinker, and then I quit drinking though, and that was like part of like what. So I sobered. I've been completely sober for like almost 4 years now, and fight like that's when I kind of like try to expand and try and find something to do, and that's when I found Chad's gym and fighting, and from there moved to Grand Rapids and then started training at Mercy in Lansing. I still train at Chad's though as well. I train at both places, but yeah. So fighting really takes up almost all of my time. I'm also a part-time student right now. So I went back to school. I'm going for electrical engineering. And if I'm not at work or studying, I'm in the gym or I'm trying to find a little bit of sleep throughout that schedule. So
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I get it, man. I get running the busy schedule for sure. That's awesome. Well, finally, got one last question. I want your prediction. How will Lucas Armand be victorious November 16th, War at the Wex against Jonathan Martin?
um all I know is I'm definitely getting my hand raised. If I have to give a prediction, I would say I don't know, depends. I personally I like to stand and bang. Obviously, anyone who watched my fights knows that. But since working with the guys at Murcielago, my ground game has improved significantly. So if it ends up down there, I'm confident I can finish the fight down there. But if the fight goes my way, round two or early round three KO.
All right, man. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Don't miss out on War at the Wex. November 16th, two-piece promotions. Jonathan Martin and Lucas Armand go to war along with a ton of other great folks. It was nice talking to you, Lucas. Looking forward to seeing you at the event and getting you back behind the AAO lens. I'll talk to you later.
You too, man. Appreciate it.
All right, everyone. That concludes the third episode of AAO Presents Behind the Lens. Go ahead and get your tickets for the inaugural two-piece promotions event, War at the Wex, 16th in Cadillac. Be sure to follow Lucas on all socials at Halfrican, HALFRAN 76, and tune in next week, same time, same place, as we have another great guest on. Be sure to share this video and follow AAO Media on all socials. Reach out for any of your video production work. Peace.